Hello and welcome inside Yost Ice Arena. I'm Alex Drain, joined by Vanessa Lichtard for this presentation of Michigan hockey between the Michigan Wolverines and the Ohio State Buckeyes. Just about a minute to puck drop. Big weekend for the Wolverines, battling for standings in the Big Ten chase, trying to get a good seed for the Big Ten tournament. Ohio State, the #1 team in the conference. What's the game plan to beat Ohio State tonight?
Honestly, I think they're going to have to come in. They're going to have to come in strong. Sometimes Michigan lacks that strength in the beginning, but to beat a team like Ohio State, who, as you said, is #6 in the country, they're going to need to actually step up with everyone, not just essential players. So that means Strausman's got to be good, who's starting in net today for the Wolverines. The defense has got to be good, and the offense has got to be good, especially, again, just missing Norris. But I think Lockwood and Zacconi and Hughes and everyone else has gotten the hang of this and can step up and beat Ohio State.
Michigan and Ohio State played once or twice already this season back in Columbus. It was a split between the Wolverines and the Buckeyes. Michigan won the Friday night game 2-1. Ohio State won the Saturday game 4-2. Michigan enters the weekend at third. The Big Ten, the top 4 seeds, get home ice in the preliminary rounds. Actually, the first seed gets a bye, while 2 through 4 host best out of 3. So if Michigan wants a home ice for that best 2 out of 3 in the first week of the Big Ten tournament, they probably need at least 1 win this weekend.
Exactly, and nothing beats that home ice advantage, I'd say. So puck drop's about to happen here at Yost. We got Pastyoff and Joust.
So Pastyov's line is labeled as the top line tonight with Becker and Will Lockwood. Zacconi, Hughes, the top defensive pair. Pastyov wins it back to Quinn Hughes. Michigan wearing the home whites, Ohio State in the red. Zacconi pass across to Pastyov. He comes in the left side, curls around, and he takes a shot quickly in on Romeo for a save and a face-off.
Gosh, you really don't realize you can't see with this rafter right here next to us. Drain and I are joined with, I'd say, a third-party member, which is this huge concrete thing that is blocking my whole view from the Ohio State net. Although Romeo might be ugly, he is, I still would wish to see him play his game.
And the face-off is tapped right out in front of the Ohio State net. Michigan quickly put the fourth line with Van Wy out there. They've been very strong for Michigan over the last month. Hughes bodies an Ohio State forward as they go into the corner. That is Tanner Lisinski, the star junior for Ohio State. He's been out a little bit this year. Perrin takes a shot from the point right into the glove.
Yes, nice save by Strausman right there. Quick little swipe of his glove, and he got it covered. So that's 1 shot for Ohio State, 1 shot for Michigan. Nice save by Strausman.
Couple quick whistles, just 32 seconds into the first period. Mason Yop's line goes back out there with Austin Pooley and Quinn Preston. Tommy Perrin and Sasha Larocque, the senior top pairing for Ohio State on the defensive side, as the faceoff was to Strausman's right. Now in the corner, it's about a 5-man scrum, and Jack Becker is the one to kind of pick it out for Michigan, but Ohio State's Preston gets to it first. Boca picks it up, bounces it off the boards out to center ice. There's Becker, and he bounces around as it goes into the Michigan attacking end. Pastyov quickly in after it, bounces down the boards. Becker behind, trying to look for a pass for Will Lockwood, couldn't quite find him. And now pick up by Larocque, able to get it to the neutral zone where Michigan picks it off. Lockwood controls, checked by Preston to Boca, who banks it off the boards. Becker chips it on in. Boca and Zacconi, 2 of Michigan's 3 seniors in their final regular season games at Yost Ice Arena on senior weekend. Not a big senior class, just those 2 and Brendan Warren. Ohio State waiting to get set up as both teams get a change. Buckeyes come out down the side. Larocque pass up for Kearney. He comes right in. Nice pass to the center, but a good play to parry it aside there by Nick Blankenberg. Lambert into the corner. Checking Kearney well as Blankenberg able to force him backwards, and now the puck free. Lambert chips it out of the Michigan defensive end down the side. Pastyov goes flying in after it, but Ryan O'Connell to it first. Bounced around now to the point, and it is going to be offsides as Luce couldn't hold it in.
Yeah, so far both teams seem pretty evenly matched. Pretty impressed with how fast this game's going already. We'll see how that is during the third period when everyone's a little tired. But I don't know. It looks like I can't predict who's going to score first. Both teams are fast, but no one's really gotten the opportunity for a good shot on that.
And face-off, battled around. Eventually, Ohio State comes away with it in their own defensive end, but now a giveaway opportunity. Brendan Warren right out in front, just missed, and Luke Morgan tried to put back to the front. Ciccone takes a shot. It pinballs wide, and then all the way back out to center, where Quinn Hughes going to try and up and join the rush. Curling around, the right wing point, gives it down low, looking for a play to the front, but then a takeaway, and out come the Buckeyes the other direction. John Witala gets it up to Lisinski, and he fans on a shot. Ciccone takes it away from him, but then Hughes couldn't quite clean it up. Now Michigan finally is able to get it out of their end. Hughes, late in his shift, passes it across, but his pass was behind himself as he was entering the offensive zone for a face-off.
Yeah, was that an offsides that was called?
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely a little offsides. That was a good shot by Warren, good attempt, and good recovery by Ciccone. Too bad that shot went a wide left. But you know what they say, scouts love high glasses, as Ciccone looks to finish his last year at Michigan. Maybe he's trying to impress some of the NHL prospects that are watching.
Face-off just outside the Ohio State zone. Jake Slaker unable to win the draw. Slaker's back to center. He's shifted between wing and center this whole season. Ohio State picks it up out of the zone and now into the Michigan end. Nice play there at the blue line, though, to deny the entry by the freshman Jack Summers. Here comes Slaker going down the wing, puts on the brakes, tries to find a man in front looking for Lambert. Couldn't quite hit him on the tape. Now they pass it around, and Boca can't quite hold it in. He goes back out to center. Boca banks it off the boards looking for Lambert, and he does pick it up, sends it around the boards, pinballing down, and then cycling all the way back. Boca tries to pick it up, and then back all the way down into the defensive zone. Boca picks it up, watched by Yost and Pooley. Both teams in the midst of a change. It's the top line back out there for the Wolverines. Boca passes over to Pastuov, banks it off the boards around Pooley, and then right back into the Michigan defensive end where Boca picks it up. And Boca goes down. It's a giveaway right in front of the net. Pooley is shot. Doorstep, and a great save by Strauss-Mann as Boca blew a tire and gave it away.
Yeah, that was a little rough right there, watching Boca kind of fumble with the puck. Luckily, Strauss-Mann was ready for, I believe, was it Pooley?
Pooley, yep.
Yep, Pooley tried to tuck it in there, but it was right to Strauss-Mann's chest, so he's able to stop it for the no goal for Ohio State.
So the face-off to the side of Mann, and both Pastuov and Yost go down on the play. Becker over to Lockwood. And out come the Wolverines into the offensive zone, trying to get a good chance at Lockwood. A great little dangle. He goes to the net front, bounced around, loose in front of the net. And then Ohio State scoops it up the other direction they come. Yost gets checked there by Lockwood. Michigan turns it aside. They're playing well. And now a giveaway. Pastuov takes a shot, deflected up high over top as it was a scrum into the corner that finally got picked out. Now Lambert to the point. Skating to the side was loose. Blankenberg, other point, and he'll just rim it around the boards looking for Nick Pastuov in the other corner. Down there with Nolan Moyle now is the fourth line in the midst of changing on. Dakota Raby back to the point. Blankenberg skates to the left, gives it across. Loose takes a shot in front of the net was Nolan Moyle. Van Wy picks it up, gives it back to Noyle. He's going to try to wrap it around. He gets dumped down. And then to the point, Blankenberg takes a shot that's deflected. And then going down is an Ohio State player. They're going to call a trip. Certainly looked like a bit of a soft call, but headed to the box.
Yeah, those are the worst.
Is Moyle, I believe. Yep.
Those are the worst plays that are called in any sport. The gentle foul, the gentle accidental trip, if you will, in hockey. It just sucks that you have to go to the penalty box and sit there and cause that loss of players to give Ohio State or the opposing team that advantage. But hopefully Michigan can shut them down. Although sometimes Michigan can struggle with that, and I know Ohio State does have good power play goal percentage the last time I checked, so we'll have to see what happens here in these 2 minutes.
22.4% on the year for Ohio State. Michigan's kill at 78%. Still an issue for the Wolverines dating back to last season. Ohio State was one of the best special teams squads a year ago. Not quite as good this year, but still very strong on both the power play and the penalty kill. Hughes tries to dig it out of the corner. Raby helping him out. And Ohio State still sort of got, it's been extended scrum on the left side. Now it gets poked around, and Ohio State can try to finally set up their unit. Raby tried to grab it, and now still held into the zone. Ohio State trying to collect it. It's just pinballed around in the Michigan end. Still's never been cleared in the first 30 seconds of this power play, but there's been no shots as they finally control. Now it's Girard to Meyer. They try to go down low, looking behind the net. There's a shot for Girard right into the body of Straussman for a whistle.
It is. You hear the crowd cheering. It is always exciting when Straussman gets a save on the power play goal because it loosens you up a little bit as a Michigan fan, knowing that they have not scored yet and hopefully will not be able to score for another minute and 22 seconds. Can Michigan defense do it, and can Straussman do it?
Ronnie Hine and Adam Winborg to do the face-offs. Winborg, the junior Swede, is the third-line center tonight for Michigan. Hine, manning this other power play unit for Ohio State, manages to sort of win it back as it trickled slowly, and there's a shot deflected to the corner. Trying to poke it out was Jack Summers. Couldn't quite get to it. Ronnie Hine plays it to the front. Summers, and the nice clear. Getting right to it in front of Straussman and chipping it all the way back down halfway through the penalty kill. Michigan going to try to play it aggressively on the forecheck. It's Winborg and Luke Morgan as the forward penalty killers out there. Meyer brings it all the way in, and he cycles it back to the top. Gordy Meyer to Ronnie Hine to Wyatt Egge. Meyer waits, holds, going to go back across to Freddie Girard. Down low, Hine, spin around, nope. And Boca picks up the loose puck and clears it all the way back down. 39 seconds left on the penalty to Nolan Moyle. Now battled for behind. Raby went in after it, trying to force a giveaway. Michigan's been very aggressive on that forecheck so far in this penalty. Here comes Lisinski down the right wing, tries to get it to the net front. That's a very nice pass, couldn't quite connect. Held in at the point by Tommy Miller. Across to Mason Yops. This is the top unit with Lisinski taking a shot. Not sure if it hit Blankenberg or if it hit Preston in front. And then that centering pass by Ohio State couldn't find anyone. Back into the neutral zone. 5 seconds remaining on the power play. Witala, 2 seconds, 1. Out of the box comes Moyle, but here's an opportunity for Yops, and it's loose. Trying to get it up is Van Wy, 2-on-2 with Moyle into the offensive zone. Van Wy cuts to the middle, gives it off a shot, loose in front of the net. And Lockwood couldn't quite bury it as he was coming down the right side. Good look there for Michigan. They kill off the penalty, and it's still 0-0 Michigan-Ohio State. 7 minutes, 10 seconds played in the first period, and that potentially was going to be an icing, at least thought there. And now a clear is tipped, I believe, by Ohio State, or no, it was just straight off the Michigan stick, a misfire. So no penalty for delay of game as it went out of play, but the faceoff will stay in the Michigan end.
Yeah, really impressive defense on Michigan's part during that penalty, and unfortunate for Ohio State, they were not able to find a good shot and tuck it in there, but good for Michigan that they were able to stop a goal from happening to give Ohio State that PPG.
Goes down into the corner off the draw. Ohio State's been good in the faceoff circle so far, but Becker quickly picks it out, and here they come the other direction. And I guess that's an icing. Michigan didn't quite get past center ice as they were attempting to dump and chase.
Confused about the potential icing on the last play compared to this one. Don't really know where the difference was. Don't really know what the call was that ended that, but it happened. And now we are back in Michigan's zone.
It'll be Pasterov still out there for the Wolverines going up against Kearney. Shots 3-3 Michigan to Ohio State in the early going, and a loose puck off the draw. Becker couldn't quite whack it out, and it's still held in at the line. Ohio State sort of retreating. Kearney goes down low. This is an opportunity. They get it to the net front, but no one there to corral it. They try to send it back down. Still Ohio State really battling as Michigan's had a little bit of trouble clearing in the last minute or so. At the point, Grant Gabriel, who's playing as a 7th defenseman down there. Quinn Hughes trying to be physical and dig the puck out using his rather small frame. Pasterov to Lockwood, and finally Michigan is able to get it free. Lockwood with that great speed goes flying down the right side, takes a shot long and in off the pads as Michigan will get a change. Ohio State comes up the other direction. Gabriel going in, and for a save is man as it was kind of flipped up into the air by Gabriel, batted down with a high stick, and then right on to man puts the glove down, and we have immediate timeout. 11:47 remaining. Shots 4-3 Michigan. No score.
Yeah, that was really kind of nerve-wracking right there when Quinn Hughes knocked the puck down right in front of Michigan's net with his stick, and Strausman got it a little bit. I mean, my heart stopped a little bit for Michigan, but I know Strausman had that under control.
Yeah, it was weird because the puck was going to the right of the net, and so man was played over to try and tap it, and then it got redirected off Quinn's stick.
Yeah, that would have been the most series of unfortunate events for Michigan hockey if that was scored. But so far, I've been pretty impressed with both teams. As Drain just said, it is 0-0 still here at Yost. Michigan hockey, though, is not letting up as Ohio State continues to win most of the face-offs, but Michigan hockey is also doing well with their shots on net, too. So it's a pretty even match here at Yost. Excited to see how the rest of this period goes. The question is, who will win this face-off? We got...
It looks like Yost against Slaker.
Yeah. I thought that was Quinn Hughes for a second because I saw the 3. I was like, what?
Yeah, Quinn's to the side of Slaker in front of the net next to Lambert. Ciccone playing on the right side, trying to dig it free. It's happened a lot in this game where it's just kind of a scrum in the face-off dot as Ciccone went in hard to the boards with Yost. Both players kind of crumpled on top of each other, both slow to get up, but look okay. Hughes has just held it behind the Michigan end for a while, and then Lambert gets it to Slaker. Ohio State tries to lead a rush the other direction. Yost carries it in. Ohio State in the all red, and there's a shot deflected off the stick of Ciccone. Man able to make the pad save down in the corner. Battled for Yost, gets checked in the back by Quinn Hughes. To the point, Eggy down low for Yost. Yost harassed there by Hughes. Nice play to send it down behind. A good firm check applied by Jake Slaker. Battled for continually. 4 players down there. Yost along with Slaker and Hughes, and now finally picked out. Pastuov going to try and go and get it, but Michigan's just going to get a full sail change, and now I think we got a penalty coming to Ohio State.
Yeah,
it's going to be interference.
Yep, you hear the crowd, and especially the children of Yost, doing the chant, the Sia chant, as the Ohio State player, number 7.
Yeah, it looks like Wyatt Eggy's going to go.
Wyatt Eggy. What a cool last name on that guy. Should have known it was him since he has a very cool last name, but unfortunately right now, as cool as his last name is, it hasn't granted him out of the penalty box as he sits there for 2 minutes for Ohio State. Now another thing that Michigan's been struggling with this season is power play goals.
Yep.
So the question is, what will they do during this 2 minutes that's going to set them apart from Ohio State's last penalty that they did not win against Michigan?
Well, Becker is able to win the draw. Odd that he was taking the face-off. Boca to the point. It's Summers back to Boca. Back to Summers. Now on the wing to Lambert. He skates around the circles back to Summers. Boca, they're just playing catch at the blue line. Summers going to tee up. Boca shot just goes wide of the net as it rims around. Boca, Pastrov just couldn't grab it, and Ronnie Hine clears it down. Decent look there for Boca, but he just sent it wide. Now back goes Michigan. They're going to get a fresh set of forwards out there. Boca pass to Summers. He's going to chip it in. Slaker goes in after it. And the Buckeyes, Tommy Miller, clears all the way back down, right in on man. Shovels it to the side to Summers. Halfway gone in the Michigan power play. Ohio State was the #1 penalty killing team in the country a year ago. Not quite as good this year. They were at almost 89% a year ago. Down to 82% this year, but still very
pretty
strong.
Impressive, yeah.
Here comes Michigan into the zone. Hughes leading the rush. Pastuov turns with it, spins, gives it off to Slaker. To Lockwood, skates down low, gives it up to Slaker at the point, across to Quinn Hughes. Back to Slaker, back to Hughes. Going to try and find Ciccone. Got a good hard check there from Miller. Lockwood got in, and then Hughes decides to sort of wait and let Ohio State bring it out rather than make an aggressive do-or-die play. And there's a puck rebound as a shot from John Witala came in on man, popped up into the air, and almost a second opportunity there as Hughes was very nonchalant in trying to play off Witala. Slaker comes up with it, skates into the zone, trying to go down low for Nick Pastuov, couldn't find him. Only about 2 seconds remaining in the power play. Ohio State will have killed this off as Hughes has got it up top, skates down low, looks for Slaker now over to the middle. Lockwood couldn't find it. Eggy out of the box Yost comes in with it. A nice glove save there by Straussman.
Yeah.
And a good firm check there from Slaker on Yost, knocking him down right after he had taken that shot. 8:33 remaining in period 1. Michigan 0, Ohio State 0.
Yeah, I mean, this game is a back-and-forth game. It's intense, but honestly, my favorite moment just happened when Straussman got that quick little snag, as he's so prone to doing, but this one was a little exaggerated, and it was a very nice save, very impressive. Ohio State leads in shots on net with 8 compared to Michigan's 4. Drain, what do you think Michigan has got to do to get some more opportunities for a shot on net and potentially a goal?
Yeah, I don't think they're playing particularly poorly right now. I think this, I'm not, that 8 shots for Ohio State seems a little high because it really feels even so far.
I would agree too.
Michigan almost has had the better scoring chances, and you're content to take a solid defensive effort at the risk of not having as good scoring chances, and it's been good defensively so far. I mean,
and usually that is something Michigan hockey struggles with, their defense. Yeah. I mean, this year has been a big issue for them to find a good rhythm between defense, offense, and goalie, but right now, as Drain stated, they have been doing very well on their defensive end, shutting down Ohio State, and although the scoreboard says that they have 8 shots on net compared to Michigan's 4, as Drain stated, it feels a little off because it seems that both teams are so evenly matched.
Well, it's an important weekend in Big Ten hockey, and we're trying to keep things updated. As we enter the weekend, Ohio State has 41 points. They're likely to be the #1 seed. But then Notre Dame 31, Michigan 30, Minnesota's got 33, but they've played 22 games. So they've got 2 more games having already played compared to Michigan, Notre Dame, and Penn State. Penn State at 29, so all the teams piled up. Penn State and Wisconsin playing right now, and the Nittany Lions lead 1-0 early on in that one. Michigan will be cheering for Wisconsin to steal a game in Happy Valley at some point this weekend. Michigan will be in Madison to close out the regular season next weekend for 2 games against the Badgers, who sit in 6th place in the Big Ten right behind MSU, or right in front of MSU. Now to the middle, opportunity for Van Wy. Down low to Nolan Moyle, finds Raby. He skates and curls with it, hands it off to Van Wy, looking for Nolan Moyle. Battle for as they turn it back around now. Loose puck behind the net. Raby had an opportunity for a takeaway, and he is just harassing Ronnie Hine right now. Good aggressive forecheck here by the Michigan 4th line, and this could be an icing on Ohio State. It will be, as Blankenberg wins the battle. Really good shift there from the Michigan 4th line, pressing hard and forcing an icing.
Yeah, we'll see what Michigan's gonna do up here in Ohio State's zone. Looks like Winberg, excuse me.
Winborg, yep, it looks like the 3rd line. Yeah, Winborg, Morgan, and Brendan Warren is what it appears to be, and Winborg wins the draw. He's been very good at those over his Michigan career. Trying to look for Morgan down low, couldn't find him. Brendan Warren scoops it up. It's his senior weekend as well, the only senior forward on the squad. Trying to dig it free. Now it goes loose, a potential opportunity for Winborg, but he just couldn't find it in front of the Ohio State zone. Then tried to pass it to Luke Morgan, couldn't quite connect, and out they come the other direction. Freddie Girard to Boca, plays it off the boards. Morgan, and back into the Ohio State end. Michigan controlling play over the last 2 or 3 minutes. Buckeyes get it out to center. Summers goes back into his own end, skates with it and pass across. Couldn't be quite handled by Brendan Warren, and Ohio State takes it away at center ice. Meyer chips it in, but Michigan couldn't find it, and now that pass goes all the way down and is going to be an icing on the Wolverines.
It's kind of, again, just been a back-and-forth game. Sometimes you're in Ohio zone, sometimes you're in Michigan zone, and I guess that's just how hockey goes, but as I mentioned earlier, and as I'll continue to mention, so far both teams have been playing to win, not really letting up on each other, no one really lacking, no one really succeeding, as the score, again, remains 0-0, and there are 8 shots for Ohio State compared to Michigan's 4.
Winborg to do the drop, and he sort of won it, and then an opportunity right out in front of the net. A good backhand try there, goes over top by Carson Meyer. Battle for down low. Trying to chip it out. is Pastuov, but couldn't quite find it. Now another opportunity for Ohio State to try to get on the attack, and Pastuov just couldn't get it out. He's having trouble with the puck right now. Finds it across to Boca. Boca flips it up into the air out to center ice. Perrin. Kearney into the offensive zone. His shot high and rising over top, rattles all the way around, and having to go after it is Ryan O'Connell, freshman from Ontario. Now up they come the other direction. Shot in, and it's off a stick of the Wolverines high and into the netting. So the face-off will stay in the Michigan end after about 2 minutes of Michigan controlling play. Ohio State, a couple decent chances there, but still no score. 6:03 remaining in period one. It's been shots 8-4 for Ohio State for the last several minutes. Nobody's been able to find one on net. And then off the draw, Ohio State wins it. Yops to O'Connell. He tees it up. A shot goes wide of the net, picked up by Yops down low. Gets checked hard by Pastuov. Great job to free up the puck. Hughes, Ciccone. Back to Hughes. Finds Lockwood in the neutral zone, and here they come the other direction. Lockwood, nice stick handling as he goes down behind the net. Wyatt Egge tied up there by Jack Becker, who forces a loose puck, but Lockwood wasn't quite there to grab it. Ciccone is in trouble down the line. Here comes Preston. He's going to try to find a centering pass as he dangles around Quinn Hughes, but Hughes forces just enough of a miss to create a loose puck. Now battled for. Becker. Hughes turns on a dime, goes right around Ronnie Hine. That's the excellent skating that makes Hughes such a sought-after prospect, as he brings it into the zone so Michigan could try to get new skaters out there. Slaker is onto the ice as the puck is in the Ohio State defensive zone. Pooley puts it up to Ronnie Hine. Back to Pooley, where Blankenberg comes in and cuts it off. He pokes it around. Hughes chases after it. Tommy Miller. Hard check there from Blankenberg to the point. Meyer. Shot goes wide. Hughes is gassed and he needs to get off, as Randall just couldn't get it out. Seemed like he was hesitant to just chip, and now he's tied up by two Buckeyes. Hughes picks it up out there with Blankenberg, then in a very smart play, and Michigan finally does get it out. Hughes will go right to the bench. Lambert turns on a dime, throws it down low, looking for Randall. Ohio State able to grab it. Both teams still in the midst of changes, as Ohio State content to just hold it right in front of Sean Romeo. Now it's the fourth line out there for the Wolverines. Van Wy watching. Kearney skates in with it. Kearney leaves it behind for Freddie Girard, and then takeaway Nolan Moyle. Here's an opportunity, potential 3-on-2 for Michigan. Into the offensive zone, going down low for Van Wy. Nice feed there, but he just couldn't poke it past Romeo. Loose, skates around his defender, takes a shot, loose puck in front of the net. Raby couldn't put it home. And then a big check there from Garrett Van Wy. Here come the Buckeyes the other direction. Freddie Girard skates in, nice glove save by Strauss. Man, he's looked very sharp tonight.
It's the same left-handed snag every time that continues to impress me. I haven't seen a lot of that from Strausman this season, although I have seen some good saves, and of course some bad, as every player has had their games. But Strausman right now, honestly, I wouldn't say he's on fire, but from the looks of it, he is playing a very great game. He has snagged 3 quick shots like that, again with that left glove, just like a bullet almost.
Yeah, we were a bit surprised to see Strausman starting this game with Hayden Levine, normally the Friday starter, but Levine got the start in South Bend against the Buckeyes in Michigan's most recent game. Oh, yeah, against the Irish.
Ohio State on the mind, I get it.
Against Notre Dame in South Bend. That was Michigan's most recent game. They had a bye week last weekend, and he struggled. Levine let in some pretty soft goals early on, was relieved after 2 periods of work. So perhaps Michigan riding with the hotter hand in the form of Strausman, and he's been good tonight. He also hasn't been asked to do a ton. Ohio State's chances haven't been great. Neither really have Michigan's. It's been a very strong defensive period from both sides, which is good for Michigan because Ohio State is generally a very strong defensive side. Michigan, not so much. Ohio State scores about 3 goals a game, but lets in only 2. Michigan scores about 3 and lets in about 3. Goal differential for the Wolverines on the season, almost exactly 0 for the entire year. They've played amazingly even hockey the whole season, 12-12 with 6 ties entering this game.
So interesting to see that from any hockey team, especially a team that made it to the Frozen Four last year.
Pastuov did not win the draw, but no Ohio State player was really close to it, so Becker was able to get it and lead the rush the other direction. Now chipped into the Ohio State end. Buckeyes quickly to it. They've been very strong in their own end, but then a loose puck. Lockwood chases after Yost. And there's a giveaway. Pastuov with it, leaves it off for Becker. He's right in on that. Oh, he just put it over top of Romeo's head. And now loose in front. Pastuov, another try. That shot blocked down in front. Loose again. Boca unable to hold it into the zone, and out comes Mason Yops the other direction. He'll just chip as both teams get a change. And now some pushing and shoving between Yops. I think we're going to have a fight. Him and Pastuov are going down. LaRock is in after him. Boca going over there. And now it's Yops still going after Ciccone. One helmet is off, and that is going to be big penalties coming. Pastuov and Mason Yops getting very familiar with each other. Ciccone was able to skate free. Boca also tangled up in the play. And the Buckeye captain and the Michigan centerman Pastuov headed to the box.
Yeah, wow. It's always cool to see a semi-college fight right here, especially at Yost. I would consider that a little bit of a tussle, more than the usual, because the helmets were off, the gloves were dropped, they were on top of each other. Nothing like that Ohio State rivalry, Michigan State rivalry that you see the boys getting really aggressive from both sides of the team. And it is still, again, early in this game. The score is 0-0, and yet the gloves, the helmets are coming off.
We'll see what the penalties officially are. Yost in the box and Pastuov in the box for Michigan. Ciccone talking with Pooley and the 2 referees to see how they sort this one out. And it's interesting, that fight totally negates the fact that Michigan had their 2 best scoring chances of the night right before that.
Right,
Becker
exactly.
comes in unevaded and then puts it just over top. Pastuov, a shot gets blocked. Really high intensity.
So funny that you just mentioned that, Drain, because I remember seeing those shots happen all in a row for Michigan and being like, oh my gosh, I can't wait to talk about this when the play's over. And then the fight happens, it's like you completely forget the attempted shots on net that occurred. Looks like a Michigan Randall is also joining Pastuov in the penalty box. Kind of confused about that one.
I think it's going to be interference, because what happened is a very similar penalty to the one Eggy got when they were skating down the wing. There was, what started the tussle was the fact that a Michigan player was in front of Yost denying his entry. So I think they're going to get him for interference, and I would guess then offsetting fightings for Pastuov and Yost, which means it is an Ohio State power play, a chance to try to flip momentum. Michigan wins the draw, and Raby able to quickly get it out and clear it all the way down. And then loose in front of the net, Raby, a shot is saved, and a short-handed chance there for Michigan. Great look, forcing a giveaway. 2 minutes and 12 seconds remaining in the period, 1:38 in the penalty to Randall. So it'll be just towards the end of the period. Now great chance in front of the net, great save by Strauss-Mann. Meyer to Eggy. Gordy Meyer to Freddie Girard. It's Gordy Meyer and Carson Meyer out there both on this power play unit. There's a opportunity, look for a tip in front of the net, couldn't quite find it. Cycled around to the top, Freddie Girard. He goes down low. Ronnie Hine back to Freddie Girard to the point. Gordy Meyer over to Wyatt Eggy. Back to Gordy Meyer. That shot blocked by Raby, and now there's going to be a penalty coming on Ohio State. It's going to be a hook, as Ciccone had tried to clear and he was clearly obstructed. Hughes going to skate up with it, knowing that they've got the delayed penalty coming, and now they drop it off in the middle, looking for Luke Morgan. He's got an opportunity. A shot goes just wide of the net, and Eggy will touch up. So we'll have 41 seconds of 4-on-4 coming, followed by a minute 20 of a Michigan power play.
Yeah, some of my favorite hockey to watch is the NHL All-Star Game 3-on-3,
Yeah.
and even the overtime in the Big Ten 3-on-3 when you get to double overtime. So seeing this 4-on-4 will kind of be a semi-version of that, of course. And it's going to be exciting to see who steps up, what it looks like, whose ice it belongs to, whether it stays at Michigan's Straw's Man or Ohio State's Romeo. Drayden, what do you think is going to happen with these two penalties being at the same time?
Well, it'll open the ice up a little bit, and Michigan's got a lot of speed to take advantage of that with Lockwood and Quinn Hughes. I think they'll continue to be defensive as the faceoff won by Michigan. Boca across, and Summers' shot was tipped off an Ohio State stick. I believe faceoff will stay in the Buckeye zone. A minute 6 remaining in the period, so we'll get 35 seconds of 4-on-4, and then we'll get 31 seconds of a Michigan power play, and then the end of the period, and then about a minute 20 of Michigan power play time to start the second. So very tumultuous finish to this first period in a physical game. Slaker wins that draw, but it goes right to an Ohio State player, and up he comes the other direction. It is Tanner Lasinski, the star junior for the Buckeyes. Nice takeaway there by Luke Morgan to pick it out, and then grabbed by Boca. Swings it over to his pair, Jack Summers. He's harassed by Lasinski, who's on an aggressive forecheck. 15 seconds remaining in the Michigan penalty, 45 seconds remaining in the period. Summers, being very defensive, gives it off to Nick Boca, 8 seconds remaining. Michigan's going to get somebody out of the box in just a second. Boca goes down the right wing, curling around, gets checked as it goes up towards the point. Michigan back out to full strength. Randall out of the box as Ohio State clears. 25 seconds remaining. One last push for Michigan in this first period. Hughes to Ciccone. Ciccone across to Hughes. Hughes skates past center, past the blue line. He curls outside. Looks for an outlet pass to the point. Jake Slaker over to Quinn Hughes. Skates right. Leaves it back to Slaker. 2 seconds. Got to take a shot. Hughes whiffs on his slap shot. It wouldn't have counted anyway as the horn sounds. And to end the first period, shots 9-5 in favor of Ohio State, but pretty even overall. No goals.
Did we feel like the 9-5 is accurate? I mean, I feel like there was 3 shots on net during that one play that occurred for only 1 shot. Again, sometimes those shots are tricky to mark in college hockey and at Yost in particular, but
yeah, it's a pretty complete first period there. Fighting, penalties, and great scoring chances. I think Michigan got the better chances, especially on that one play where Becker had a great unevaded look and just put it over top. With that, about 15 minutes in intermission, and we'll be back then. All right, we're back here. Just about 90 seconds to go before the start of the second period. Our score between Michigan and Ohio State, 0-0. Shots 9-5 in favor of Ohio State in that first period. A pretty balanced first period. Both teams had 2 power play opportunities. Michigan's going to carry some time over, 48 seconds of that second power play they had into this period. But it felt like 2 very evenly matched teams.
Yeah, again, I think the score and the shots on net the score is 0-0 and the shots on net honestly evenly matched. Proof for that statement that you just said. It is an even game here at Yost, and it's exciting to see it get a little aggressive towards the end with that pass-off Joby, I believe I'm saying that, Jobst, fight at the end, and it was cool. They actually got to, again, Jobst has his helmet off, which is something, honestly, you do not see in college hockey, especially in the Big Ten, unless the refs are feeling like letting the boys fight it out. Unfortunately, the refs did not let the boys fight it out, but again, that tussle was there, the helmet was off, and the penalty was called.
Yep, Pashtuov and Jobst will still be in the box with those, with the penalties, but those, of course, are offsetting in the department there. Roughing. Michigan will get that 48 seconds of power play time. Ronnie Hine will sit in the box.
Excited to see what this period brings us. Do you have any predictions, Drain?
No,
No, I've never predicted anything in my life.
I will say that it'll be interesting to see how Michigan operates in this first 48 seconds with the power play. They never really got their power play off the ground in that first period. Their best looks were in 5-on-5 play.
Yeah, I agree. Their best looks were on 5-on-5 play, which is just funny that you never see it with this team, that the penalty play is something that they successfully get at. It just hasn't been a good asset for the team this year.
It's been a struggle all year long.
It's been a struggle. Add it to the list of struggles in college hockey.
Slaker unable to win the opening draw of the period. Ohio State promptly clears it. Michigan will get a little bit of power play time to get rejuvenated into this opening bit of the second period. Ciccone leaves it behind himself, but Hughes was not where he thought he was, and that might well really eat into things. And now a giveaway opportunity for the Buckeyes down low. A shot opportunity in front. Witala couldn't put it home. Very sleepy first 30 seconds for Michigan. Lockwood dumps it in. 15 seconds remaining on the power play, and there's the clear for the Buckeyes. That about will do it for the penalty to Ronnie Hine. He's standing up, waiting to get the signal to come out of the box. Hughes skates up aggressively over to Dakota Raby, banks it off the boards. It's the fourth line out there for the Wolverines with Moyle and Van Wy. Puck pinballs around, open opportunity there for Raby, and now here's an opportunity, potential 2-on-1 for Ohio State. Skating in, Hine takes a shot, goes way high and over top. Ciccone in the corner, over to his partner Hughes, who takes a sandwich between 2 Buckeyes, and now an opportunity right in front of the net. No one there to bang it home. Moyle loses it, and it is able to be scooped up for a clear. Hine plays it out of midair to himself, and now he skates in with it. His centering pass intercepted by Raby, but was too hot for him to handle, and went right back to Ohio State with a little sustained pressure. Carson Meyer in the corner, and now a bad pass opportunity. Buckeyes shot over top the net. Ohio State struggled to hit the target here in this early going. Moyle, physical play. Summers across now. Nice pass to Van Wy in the middle. He comes in with it. His shot blocked into the corner. He bangs around, and now Boca pinches nicely up at the right point. Ohio State able to get to it. Brendan Warren applying some pressure as Michigan was in the midst of a change to get their third line out there to Carson Meyer at center, and now all the way back down. Strauss-Mann over to Summers. Long stretch pass looking for Luke Morgan, but Morgan unable to touch it, and it'll be in icing 2 minutes, 20 seconds into this period.
Yeah, 2 minutes and 20 seconds. And again, it's the same thing that we saw the first period with both teams just back and forth in each other's zones. No team really sticking out. Michigan stuck out a little bit in that first period with some good shots on net during 5-by-5 play. But again, nothing yet in this second period has struck as impressive for either teams. The question is, who is going to score the first goal? Hot take, Alex Drain. Alex Drain, I've never had a hot take in my life. I think by the looks of it, it depends on who's getting lucky. Again, that is a hard hot take to ask anyone because both teams, as we've stated and as we will continue to say, are evenly matched here at Yost today. I honestly think it's whoever gets lucky, and I think it might be Ohio State.
There's a chance they've been a little bit sharper, and Michigan actually has called a timeout on this icing. Mel Pearson wanting to get his guys back.
And Strausman, though, again with that Ohio State first goal, Strausman might not let that happen by the looks of it. If it's anything on his left glove hand side, he is going to snag that puck before they even can blink. So it's tough.
He's been very, very strong so far. Romeo hasn't been tested a whole lot. Michigan struggled to get great chances on net. Some of their best chances were either blocked or sent over top. As the horn sounds for the end of the timeout. And now breaking out, it's going to be in the Michigan end because of the icing. Shots 11-5 now for the Buckeyes. 1 for them in this period as it was adjusted to 10-5 shots in the first in favor of Ohio State. Pastuov sort of able to win the draw. Both guys kind of went down and Michigan is able to quickly get it out. Lockwood gives it over to Pastuov. He cuts into the middle. Nice play to weave down low. Lockwood picks it up, banks it off. He picks it up to the middle. Becker, a shot, puts it wide. That was a great look. And Becker's now had a couple good chances on this top line as Lockwood was tussling in the corner there. Becker across the shot. Pastuov! Lockwood standing in front of the net, tried to get a stick on it and redirect it. Cycled around. And out to center. Now all the way back down. Ronnie Hine chases in after it. Summers, Boca, and all the way back to the neutral zone in the defensive end. Sasha Larock, one of the two captains, along with Mason Yost. Yost and Pastuov all out of the box. They're done serving their penalties for the fighting late in that first period. Here we come the other direction. Michigan picked it out of their own zone. Summers lets Warren and Morgan play some dump and chase as it goes down behind the Ohio State net. Eggy, out they come. Buckeyes bring it in, but Carson Meyer denied nicely by Griffin Luce, and Luke Morgan, a good check, allows Winborg to sort of get it out, and then it was parried very quickly back in. Meyer, right point. Hard check there from Griffin Luce as it goes down low, and then another hard check from Adam Winborg. It's been a physical game. Luke Morgan plays it behind himself and just out of the zone. Winborg, here they come the other way. Morgan across the blue line. He wrists it on his backhand high, and Romeo deflects it to the corner. 4 players down there battling, and now Ohio State finally does come away with it, and Pastuov takes it away. He's going to drive hard to the breaker. Oh, I think that was in. That was in.
That was in.
That was a goal.
That was a goal.
That
was a goal.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
Down in the Michigan end, play continues. I don't know. Michigan's looking up at the big screen to try and get a replay.
That was in.
Slaker 3-on-2 will fill you in on what happened there. As now Slaker runs into the referee and down he goes. Here comes Ohio State the other direction. They've got a chance to the middle. A shot, they score.
What just happened? Excuse my yelling really quick. I swear, and I think Drain swears, that we just saw that shot from Pastuov enter the net of Romeo.
And the referees are going to go quickly over to the monitor.
Yeah.
And it must have just... Well, anyway, Ohio State gets the goal on that one as they had an odd man rush after Jake Slaker ran into a referee. It's a 1-0 Ohio State lead. Shots 11-8 in favor of the Buckeyes. Now the referee's whistling.
So it was no goal?
No goal is the official word. They didn't review it. I don't know. That was very
interesting.
odd.
Maybe just from our angle it looked like it went in.
Yeah.
Don't know about that, though.
The goal will go to Mason Yops. That's his 17th of the season. Team leading on the odd man rush as Ohio State finished it off. Coming at 4:56 of the period. Hughes skates into the offensive end. Michigan's got some work to do. Trailing now 1-0. There's a loose puck in front. Meyer, a chance for Ohio State.
Unfortunate my predictions for the person who is going to score was correct.
Ciccone back to Hughes at the top. Looking for Lockwood, and now a potential odd man rush opportunity for Ohio State again. 2-on-1 chance. Nice toe drag to the middle, and great save there by Strauss-Mann to force the attacker off to the side. Michigan getting sloppy and giving up some giveaways. Miller, that shot goes over top, and now I believe Joe Ciccone is hurt. He's clutching his arm.
That's never good. Joseph Ciccone is one of the seniors that leads Michigan onward, and I don't know what right now is injured. Maybe his fingers, maybe his wrist. It looks like some part of his forearm, and it is super unfortunate to see him get taken off the ice with the what looks like the athletic trainer. Hopefully he can feel better, because again, he's an essential player. He's the captain of their team. He's someone who the boys look for leadership, and now he's not with them on the ice.
Yeah, he's going to go right into the locker room. And it is a under 15 timeout. Ciccone in the locker room. This has been a flurry of action to start this period, with Michigan having a bizarre situation on their offensive end that it's a scrum that turns into an odd man rush that Ohio State finishes off. And it's 1-0 Buckeyes. Shots now 13-9 in favor of Ohio State.
Yeah, that was a good goal by, what'd you say? How'd you say his last name?
Yost.
Yost, yes, Yost. I've been struggling with that one a little bit today. Good goal by Yost. As you said, he's the leading scorer for Ohio State. And honestly, when he drove down the ice with the puck, and they had just had that weird instance that happened with that no goal on Michigan's part happen, I knew that he was going to score, and he did score. He scored right off of the rebound, which tends to get both Levine and Strauss-Mann here. But we'll see what happens this next couple of minutes of the second period.
Well, and Michigan losing Ciccone are going to have to adjust here, as he had gone right into the locker room. Puck out at center. Freddie Girard skates around with it. Ohio State controlling play the last several minutes, capitalizing on an odd man rush. It's been an issue for Michigan all season, and now poked away. Here's a chance for Raby, but he was just not quite able to get to it. Gordy Meyer goes down in the corner, battled for Nolan Moyle, and chipped around in the Ohio State blue line. Held by Gordy Meyer. Ohio State's a very good defensive team, but Michigan's got some chances in this game. Strauss-Mann down behind, flipped it over to Boca, and I guess it touched part of the Michigan bench, so the face-off should be in center ice. We'll see where they put it. Yep, just off to Michigan's side.
Yeah, I'm wondering what happened to Ciccone as he was taken off the ice right away, instantly. There was no dramatic pause or dramatic anything. It was just like he knew he had to be taken off. He knew he had to be taken care of. So I'm just left wondering what happened exactly. What did he injure that caused him to be taken out of the arena so quickly and back into the locker room?
Yeah, it looked like the right arm or the right leg, as he was hunched over, clutching it between his legs. and he just went straight off. Michigan's had some bad injury luck this year, losing Josh Norris at the World Juniors with a shoulder injury.
The juniors always seems to take out a Michigan player.
Yes, it does. Last year it was Lockwood. Here's the Michigan top line down behind the Ohio State end. Becker battling, and I think they're going to get Becker for a penalty. I think it's going to be, it's going to be a hook. And Michigan now in a lot of trouble going on the penalty kill, already down a goal.
It's not what they needed right now, but luckily Ohio State hasn't been that good at getting a power play goal this past game. So maybe Michigan will get lucky and be able to stop them with some of their good defense they've been showing tonight at Yost. We'll have to wait and see how it goes per usual, as it all depends on how both teams want to play and what happens out there, and if the defense can be successful for Michigan, and if Strausman can stop the puck from getting in the net.
Well, it's certainly a question for Michigan is that you don't want to keep taking penalties and giving Ohio State opportunities. They need to play cleaner the rest of the way, and that's an offensive zone penalty by Jack Becker, where there's really no need to hook on that particular play. Battled for to the top as Tommy Miller's got it. Gives it over to Yops, goes down low looking for a net front presence, and then now a giveaway, and Michigan out the other direction trying to get a 2-on-2 rush. Dakota Raby chips it down, Van Wy going in after it. And Ohio State will set back up, but that's a solid about 30 seconds killed off the power play. Lisinski to Yopst, skates on in with it. Turns around, leaves it for the top. Lisinski slows things down. Gonna give it over to Yopst. Cross, a shot deflected just wide of the net. Yopst in deep in the corner. Tanner Lisinski at the point. Miller just able to keep it in at the blue line. Van Wy watching, and then Miller lost it. Van Wy quickly to it, and he clears. So Michigan's able to get out of the first about minute, and now a loose puck. Winborg in the neutral zone, loose, and Morgan able to chip it on down. This has been a good kill so far for the Wolverines. Only one good look for Ohio State thus far. Lisinski behind his own net, being watched by Luke Morgan, who's been great on this shift of the penalty kill. Very aggressive forechecking. Carson Meyer down to Ronnie Hine as Ohio State finally gets it back into the Michigan end. Tanner Lisinski still out there working overtime on this power play. And a shot is blocked, going down to his legs. To cut that one off is Adam Winborg, and there's a opportunity through the crease. No Buckeye to put it home, though. And now Winborg quickly to it. He's going to skate out. Michigan, 10 seconds left on the penalty kill. Winborg wrists one that is blocked aside by Romeo, and that will kill off the penalty. Michigan, a huge kill there as we approach the halfway point of the second period. Michigan only down 1 goal right now.
Really exciting to see Michigan kill that power play, so they only lack the 1 goal, as Drain just stated. Can they make it up in this remaining 10 minutes of the second period?
Summers across, and now they'll get set up. Boca looking for Jimmy Lambert, didn't find it, and then stripped it from an Ohio State player as it's over to the side. Pooley, and down deep as we approach exactly the halfway point of the game. Children of Yost trying to get their guys back into it, get some momentum going. Lambert down deep, big hard check there from Griffin Luce coming from behind to bowl over Austin Pooley. And then Lambert skates out with it, hands it off. And here comes Jake Slaker flying on into the offensive zone, throws it around the boards. Lambert to grab it, and he'll poke where Nick Pashchoff throws it in front of the net. Slaker wasn't there, though. Luce comes in. Slaker, Pashchoff deep in the zone, battled for. And now up come the Buckeyes. Aggie looking to the middle as Ohio State decides to just go right back into their own zone and get changes. Sasha Larocque, one of the captains for Ohio State. Aggie. And there's a shot high and over top of Strausman. I think he did just get a piece of it with his glove. Now here's a chance for Will Lockwood skating in on the offensive side. He's got Jack Becker with him, and a shot loose. Rebound in front. Becker crashing the net hard. And now Pastuov picks his pocket, takes it away, bounces it to the point. Nick Boca skates in. He takes a shot. Romeo didn't see it, but it went over top of his head. Will Lockwood there battled for, and Pastuov got bumped down, which allows Ohio State to chip it out, but not quite clearing. Will Lockwood quickly picks it up to Nick Pastuov, joined by Brendan Warren. Nick Pastuov gets hit hard into the boards. The crowd wanted a penalty there, and booing at the no call.
Yeah, I think Pastuov, too, wanted that penalty as he slammed his stick as he got off the ice onto the boards a little bit.
There's a shot opportunity just wide. Ohio State firing from the left wing side. Boca pursuing Yost as he cuts to the middle, and then that one sent through the crease over to the side. Tommy Miller down low looking for Yost, and now Warren's got it. He'll chip it out, and up they come. Will Lockwood, he's still out there. He needs to get off, and Wimborg chases in after it as Romeo went in to pursue. Warren, Winborg both working, unable to get it free. And up come the Buckeyes into the offensive zone. Good hard attack. Shot goes through the crease, and Van Wy chases after it. Deflected at the blue line. Now an opportunity, and that shot is blocked. Ohio State, just a lot of pinballing right now. Jack Randall chases in after a puck into the offensive zone. Turning on a dime is Miller, and he'll just hand it off to Gordy Meyer as they wait for the attack. Brandon Kearney for the Buckeyes leaves it over to the side. Up they come the left wing. Scrum for the puck. Van Wy couldn't quite get it out. Egge is shot. Oh, what a save by Strauss-Mann, as it was a backdoor tip chance for Ohio State, and Mann got over in his crease to deny that one. He's been marvelous tonight. Just the one goal allowed, but he's denied a couple others. Michigan looking for the equalizer. 6:45 remaining in the second period. Lambert trying to poke check it. And then the loose puck takeaway opportunity, and Michigan gets it free. Lambert trying to run out with it, gets across to Slaker. He's in all alone. Shot. Great save by Sean Romeo with the glove.
Nice shot by Slaker, just a little too slow for Romeo as he snags the puck out of the air, kind of like what Strauss-Mann did during the first period. Impressive save nonetheless, but looks like the children of Yost were cheering a little bit. I don't know what happened. Looked like Egge might have been talking about something to a ref.
Yeah, he's still chatting to the referee in front of the bench.
Just on a side note, as Drain stated about 5 minutes ago, children of Yost were cheering a ludicrous chant at Ohio State. Of course, the rivalry is intense here in Michigan with Ohio State and Michigan State and other teams in hockey. They were cheering the F word in Ohio State. Drain, did you see in the news about the Purdue Iowa incidents where the Purdue basketball player, I forget who it was getting called out by the student section?
I did not hear about that.
Yes, it was something quite similar.
Yep.
It was on Twitter, and someone tried to compare it to when Michigan basketball played Ohio State in basketball. And as you were there, I was there, you could hear the F word in Ohio State ring all throughout all of Chrysler. How do you feel about that issue, and how do you think it should be handled as a school in athletics? Personally, for me, I think that it's inappropriate to call out specific players.
Yeah.
It is a little inappropriate to say the F word, but again, they're college kids. We're all college kids.
You know, you can only do so much to stop people from chanting.
Exactly.
I mean, specific players, obviously.
That's a little intense.
You need to rein it in if it's
trying
to advocating violence. That kind of thing is off limits. But rivalries are intense, and rivalries are at their best in college sports. That's where they get ingrained for many, many years, and the players really only play for those teams as opposed to the pros when players are playing for 5, 10 different teams during their career. So it ups the intensity. Michigan will have a face-off in the offensive zone. Pastuov with Lockwood and Becker joining him. And Nick Pastuov unable to quite win it as it just trickles in behind the Ohio State net. Nice play from Tommy Perrin to get it out. And here come the Buckeyes the other direction. In that last break, we had the Wolverines in the NHL graphic. A handful of drafted players in this one, including the center out there right now for Michigan. Pastuov, drafted by the Islanders. There's a shot, goes high and over top. Becker trying to pinch it out, and he finally does. Will Lockwood, the winger on this line, drafted by the Canucks, one of two future Canucks in the starting lineup for Michigan, along with Quinn Hughes, of course.
Can't forget about Quinn Hughes.
Yep. There's a loose puck opportunity now for Lockwood, who picks it up. Lockwood could well be at least in the Canucks system next season if they decide to sign him after the year. He's had a marvelous junior campaign, 14 goals and 26 points in 30 games.
Yeah, especially coming off of that injury from last year and not being able to play in that Frozen Four.
Yeah, tough loss for him not being able to play in that. And he's been rejuvenated this year. Here comes Slaker, gives it off to Mike Pastuov. He's down the wing, trying to dig the puck free, and taken away by Slaker, gets it to the point. Nick Boca to Summers. Summers takes a shot through traffic that goes off the body of Kearney, and now over to the middle. Ohio State will get it out as Kearney will lead the rush down the right wing side. Nice job to stop him there with Summers, and now back to center. Boca, another player who is drafted. He's a product of the Wild organization, who are actually in the state of Michigan tonight playing the Red Wings down at Little Caesars Arena. Boca, one of the seniors on the weekend, along with Saccone, who has left the game with the injury early in this period. He was drafted by the Dallas Stars.
Lots of drafts here on this Michigan team. Not as many on Ohio State, but that does not mean they are any less of a team than Michigan.
No, not at all. They're a very veteran team, a lot of seniors. Tanner Lisinski, a junior, who will probably be gone for them next year too, as he will likely be signed by the Flyers, one of their few drafted players, but he's been excellent for them. Ohio State in the neutral zone. Play has continued. Not a lot of chances over the last 2-3 minutes, just kind of parrying things back and forth. Updating scores around the Big Ten. Wisconsin has tied the game 2-2 with Penn State. That's an important Big Ten matchup, and we got another penalty coming to Michigan. It looks like a trip. The crowd not too happy with that call. It definitely looked like someone went down, but there was a softer call on the trips earlier, and it looks like here's another one, and it's going to be Adam Winborg.
Yeah, some suspicious calls here at Yost. The refs seem to be calling some gentle plays that I wouldn't necessarily say were...
That's a tough one from Winborg. It does not look like he's trying to trip him, but the stick gets caught in the skates. And I mean, the referees, to their credit, have really let them play quite a bit. There's been a lot of checking, a lot of physicality. The mini fight earlier. I
guess what they make up for in easy penalty calls, they lack in intense fighting.
Yeah.
Kind of. Kind of.
So that'll be another power play opportunity for the Buckeyes. This will be their fourth. Michigan has killed off the previous three, but you don't want to keep giving opportunities.
You don't, especially, again, the second period's almost over, but penalties are killer. Not for maybe these two teams during this game, because no one has scored on a penalty yet, but it is still just frustrating to be lacking a player and just having the other team dominate you in your zone. It's not good for any team.
3:47 remaining in the second period. Ohio State 1, Michigan nothing. Another big kill for the Wolverines, who had a penalty kill earlier in the period that they were able to kill off. Now here's a chance for Ohio State. Loose in front of the net, battled for, and picked up there by Raby, who fell down. Crowd wanted a tripping call there. They're very angry whenever a Michigan player goes down for any reason. Miller at the point, as Raby couldn't clear because he fell down. Big save there by Mann on a shot at the point from Lisinski, who holds it in. Michigan just cannot get it out. Blankenberg, Van Wy, who finally does. Garrett Van Wy been so strong defensively, and now a loose puck. Van Wy, a potential breakaway. He's right in. Oh, his shot just tying over top. Raby, and now here's another opportunity. Raby cutting to the middle, and he lost the puck. Probably should have shot it before he tried to weave between three Buckeyes, but
almost five Buckeyes, which is hard for any player.
That Michigan, it's a fragment of the fourth line on the penalty kill with Van Wy and Raby, but they've been very, very strong in this game and over the last little while. Morgan forces a giveaway. Hughes sends Warren in after it. He's going to beat Tommy Miller to the puck, and he is unable to get it to the front where Morgan was waiting. But Michigan's forecheck has created better chances than Ohio State has had on their power play. As Hughes takes that one away, he gets shoved down. Crowd going wild again. Michigan really just not getting any calls. I don't think these are wrong calls necessarily. I just think the crowd wants one back for some perceived slight. Hine over to Meyer at the point. Sends it across. There's a shot through traffic. It's blocked. Loose in front. Another try. Oh, off the pipe. And just able to get it out. By the way, Ciccone is back on the ice.
Where did he even come from?
Yeah, I don't know. He didn't come back out that door. He must have came up the tunnel.
The secret entrance.
Yeah, the back door. And the penalty is over. Winborg out of the box. Michigan, another big kill.
Great penalty kill.
And just about 2 minutes remaining in the period as Boca pokes that one out. Becker to the point. A shot there. Ooh, and a loose puck. And now a pushing and shoving after the whistle as Mann was able to make that save. And now a big scrum into the corner as Mann thought he had it. The whistle blew, but I think the puck was physically visible. And so trying to tap it in.
Was it in the net?
No, it did not go in. But it was, I think it was in front of Mann. The referee didn't see it, so he blew his whistle, but the Ohio State player saw it, so he tried to poke it in.
Oh, geez.
And
now there's a penalty called.
Yep. And that's a tough one.
It is a tough one.
Because it's going to be Carson Meyer to the box. You know, when you see the puck loose, you go after it. But the whistle had blown. You have to know when the whistle is and when to stop.
Yeah.
Even if the puck is loose.
Now we got Michigan on the power play, wondering what they can do in this remaining minute and 33 seconds with the puck. Are they going to be able to score? Is Ohio State going to be able to shut them down? I don't know. Again, both teams continue to be evenly matched. Strauss-Mann is putting up quite the show over there as Michigan is down 10 shots compared to Ohio State's 21, and the puck's dropped here in the Ohio State zone.
Lockwood is able to get the draw. Hughes across to Ciccone, trying to get things set up. Hughes has got it. He skates with it, turns it around, looks for Lockwood, trying to tee it up for Slaker. He takes a shot, rebound, loose in front of the net, and just unable to slam it home was Nick Pastuov on that doorstep, and a loose puck created off a chance, but a good look there for Michigan as we approach 1 minute remaining in the second period. Michigan will roll over about 30 seconds of power play time into the third. They had rolled over 30 seconds or so into this period. Slaker comes down the left wing, blazing speed. He gets harassed. Ooh, that could have been an interference call. Hughes has got it at the left point, sends it across for Ciccone. Back to Quinn Hughes. Skates to the left side. Goes right in on net. Gonna curl to the middle. Takes a shot. Loose in front. Ciccone not able to hold it in at the point. But a great little display of stick handling there for Quinn Hughes. Using that speed. Now here he goes again. Comes skating on in. Goes to curl around behind the net. Finds Slaker in front. Slaker skates in. Looks for Quinn Hughes. There's going to be another penalty coming to Ohio State as Pastuov got down to front. Hughes to the middle. He takes a shot just wide. This is a Quinn Hughes show. And the puck is still loose. Ohio State finally touches it. 11 seconds remaining. It's going to be 30 seconds of 5-on-3 for Michigan. But unfortunately, only 11 seconds of that will be in this period. But
what an opportunity for Michigan. I mean, they have that 5-on-3 advantage. They've been dominating, honestly, this penalty. So let's see what happens in this next remaining 11 seconds only, unfortunately.
If you win the draw, you get one good shot.
I know. Seriously, one good shot, and that's all it could take. Maybe even a rebound, because Michigan tends to be good when there is a rebound offered. Will Romeo let them up? We'll have to wait and see. Again, this is a game of questions here today, but I like it because it leaves me wanting to watch more.
Nick Pastuov to do the draw against Yops. This is a big face-off, and Pastuov is able to win it. Gets it over to Slaker. 9 seconds remaining. Hughes to Ciccone. They got to tee up one shot. Down low. Here's Hughes. He takes a shot. He scores with 2 seconds remaining in the period. Quinn Hughes converts on the 5-on-3 advantage, and Michigan has evened the game with 2.4 remaining in the second period. A blast from the point.
Goal.
And exactly what we said, win the face-off, one shot, you tie the game. and you have all the momentum going into period number 3.
Wow, that was a top shelf bar down ski, as my brother would say, as they both play AAA hockey. It really was a great shot by Quinn Hughes, great positioning by the Michigan team as a whole. It's always awesome to see one of my favorite NCAA Big Ten defenseman, Quinn Hughes, score a goal. I'm going to miss him next season because I don't think he'll be with Michigan.
He will not. The period expires. Shots 21-13 in favor of Ohio State, but the only thing that matters is the score, and it's 1-1 between Michigan and Ohio State. We go to the third period, and a lot of excitement, a lot of action going into period number 3. Michigan, by the way, because they scored on the 5-on-3, will have almost a full power play rolled over into this third, 1:49 of time.
Very, very exciting to see Michigan score in those last seconds to tie up and kind of leave everybody wondering whose favor this game is going to fall in, as it is 1-1 as we enter the third period, or as we go before the third period, with honestly Ohio State dominating in shots. But Michigan was able to put it through, and Quinn Hughes was able to score on that 5-on-3. Alex Jane, what did you think of that period?
Well, it was a very strange period because Michigan comes out a little sleepy, and they had to call a timeout early on to get the guys going. And then they have a bizarre play where it seems like they score. Slaker collides with the ref, creates a odd man rush for Ohio State, and the Buckeyes score. And then, it was a very dangerous period of time because Ohio State has 2 power plays, could have gone up 2 goals. Michigan kills them off, and then that power play at the end of the period, it was all Hughes.
Yes.
Multiple chances, draws the penalty, and then converts on the 5-on-3 to tie this game.
Exactly. He has such an ability to handle the puck so well with such great experience. It's honestly like watching someone figure skate, just the way he glides around everyone. Even if there's 5 other players, 2 other players, 3 other players, he is able to do something with the puck most of the time, and that is what is so essential about Quinn Hughes, and that is why he was drafted 7th overall in the NHL 2018-19 draft. I'm impressed with that goal, and I'm impressed that Michigan was able to come back and tie this game.
Big third period looming, and we will be back in about 12 minutes or so for the conclusion of this contest. All right, we are back for the third period of action between Ohio State and Michigan. Score after 2 is Michigan 1, Ohio State 1. Wolverines getting the equalizer with 2 seconds remaining in the second period on a 5-on-3 power play goal by Quinn Hughes. And as a result, Michigan will be able to roll 1 minute 49 seconds of power play time over to start the third period. Exciting second period, eh?
Yeah, very exciting second period. Again, as I noted earlier, just that goal at the end, that 2 seconds remaining in the second period, Quinn Hughes was able to get that shot and top shelf bar down on Romeo. It was so exciting to see that in the game. It was exciting to see the Wolverines tie it up to have this potential to win this game, because we know that the Wolverines need this in order to place in the Big Ten tournament in the top 4 to get a home game guaranteed. I don't know. I mean, I think this game could fall in anyone's favor. We're just going to have to see how this third period goes, but I bet you it's going to be aggressive.
It's going to be interesting. Very up in the air. A lot of chances for both sides. Ohio State's goal coming from Mason Yost at even strength at 4:56 of the second period. It was a very odd about 30 seconds where Michigan has a play in front of the net for Nick Pastuov. Actually, I believe it was Michael, rather.
Yeah,
and
either or.
Yeah, either one of them. He appears to score. At the very least, it sure looked like it was in the back of the net to me.
That was, yes.
Very odd play. And then Ohio State picks it up. Slaker runs into a referee, and then it creates an odd man rush. Ohio State buries it by Yops. And
that was
the game just
a
turned like that.
series of unfortunate events.
Yeah.
My biggest remark about the game so far is that it's not either Strausman or Romeo blocking most of what's happening here at Yost. It is this thing in front of us that Drain is literally standing up to call the game. I am sitting down because I have the better angle, but I'm telling you, you cannot see the net that is closest to the children of Yost at all from here. So Dre and I appreciate the lunging around this structure, this whatever it is, but it is good at blocking things. I'll give it that much.
The stanchion
100% save percentage.
That holds up the roof. There's one of them every little bit up here in the media rows, and someone has to get stuck with it, and this little segment is us and the professional radio, and they give the professional radio the good angle, and it's the life of being an amateur. So with 20 minutes on the clock, period number 3, Michigan on the power play. It'll be Nick Pastuov to do the draw, Jake Slaker to his left, and Will Lockwood over on the right wing side, getting ready. 4 skaters out there for Ohio State. Yost and Pooley, the forwards. Aggie and Gordy Meyer, the defensemen. And Ciccone and Pooley very anxious to get going, and Pastuov is able to win that draw. Slaker back to Hughes. Hughes the goal scorer. Lockwood and Ciccone earned assists on that Quinn Hughes goal, and Hughes hands it off to Slaker. He leaves it behind for Hughes as they come up past the blue line. Stretch pass tipped by Pastuov, who comes right in on Romeo, and then a quick clear out by Ohio State. They are a good penalty killing team, have been under Steve Rolick, especially the last 2 years. That was a big part of their Frozen Four appearance a year ago, was that they fixed their penalty kill, became a very stout defensive team, and Ohio State was able to smack down Denver in the Elite Eight and get to the Frozen Four, where they and Michigan both dropped in the opening game of the Frozen Four. Ohio State lost to eventual champion Minnesota Duluth. Quick clear from the Buckeyes. Hughes and Ciccone still out there as a defensive pair. Ohio State's been very good at locking down the blue line so far, not allowing any entries for Michigan, but we'll see if they can get set up. Hughes comes in and tries to set up the entry himself, rims it around the boards to get it to Lockwood, but Lockwood is able to keep it in, and Mike Pastuov over to Hughes, lays it down for Lockwood to Quinn, across to Boca. Boca back to Quinn Hughes at the point. He takes a shot looking for a tip in front, nobody there to redirect it, and then over to the top. Hughes skates in, puts on the brakes, leaves it behind. Boca across. Pastuov, a shot got tipped in front by Tommy Miller to slow it down. It was an opportunity, but blocked in front and scooped up by Romeo for a whistle, but it'll be an offensive zone faceoff. 18 seconds left in the power play.
Yeah, will Michigan be able to do it as they did just moments before that second period ended and get a penalty goal on this penalty?
Becker to do the draw. He's got Lambert to his left and Mike Pashtuov to his right. Becker ties up Ohio State, just unable to win it. Boca couldn't quite pinch, so that just about does it. Ohio State able to kill that off, but on the totality of the 5-on-3, Michigan is able to score and produce the equalizer they need. We'll be back to even strength with 18 minutes just about exactly remaining in this contest. Score 1-1, Wolverines and Buckeyes. Morgan plays it to the point, takes a shot, blocked, and now a potential opportunity for Ohio State. Michigan very quick to back check as the Buckeyes are going to get a line change now that they are back at even strength. Over to the corner and the top. Nice aggressive forecheck there from Pashtuov to create the opportunity as Lambert breaks out. He applies a good hard check on Eggy. And here comes Ronnie Hines skating on in, leaves it behind for Meyer. Meyer skates in with it, and he runs into traffic. It's loose to the side of Strauss-Mann. Summers able to dig it free for Boca. Boca fanned on it, passed to Morgan, and then Nolan Moyle break out with it. Moyle down the wing looking for Raby behind the net. Raby gives it off to Luke Morgan. Here's a chance, and he fanned on it. Meyer all trying to dig it free. Raby pursuing. Ohio State picks it up.
Michigan student section begins the cheer that we talked about earlier.
They pick it up as Ohio State brings it on in. There's a shot across to the point. Opportunity for Girard. He throws it through the crease. It's an empty net. Here's another try. Blocked in front of the net. Tipped up into the air. Sasha Larocque has it at the point, and he fans on it. And a very close chance there as Strauss-Mann was obstructed and the net was empty. Freddie Girard created the opportunity initially. Still in the Michigan zone. Tommy Perron pass blocked off, I believe, Moyle's stick and out of play. So the faceoff will stay in the Michigan end.
Exciting to see this period underway. The 1-1 game honestly isn't what I expected coming in to Yost today. I didn't really know what to expect, honestly, because you see Michigan playing so strong against some teams and so weak against others. But usually when they play a team that is ranked higher than them, they play up to their level, which is good yet bad, because when they play teams lower than them, they play down to their level. Yeah, it's been the story of the season. Larocque takes a shot that is blocked. Hughes gets it over to Saccone, and Michigan should finally able to get out of their zone. Not quite out of the weeds yet, as Ohio State now is relenting on their forecheck. And here come the other direction. Long stretch pass. Brendan Warren tips it into the offensive zone. Michigan trying to lock it down and create a coherent offensive possession. Warren rims it around the boards for Kearney. And now loose in front of the net. Opportunity there for a takeaway is Sasha Larocque living very dangerously in front of his own net. Along the boards trying to dig it free. Ohio State passes it around. Kearney goes deep. Mann will leave it behind his net as Ohio State was content to just let both teams change. Strauss-Mann's been excellent tonight for the Wolverines. 1 goal surrendered, but he's made a lot of big saves when they've needed him to. Lockwood skates up through the middle. Here he comes right down the side. His beautiful stick handling as he cut in front of Romeo. Just couldn't quite thread the needle through the entire Buckeye team. Eggy and Blankenberg down there battling for it as Ohio State brings it on to their offensive end. Loose. Lays it behind for Nick Pashtuov, but not to the right guy as Mason Jobst was there first. Here's an opportunity for Ohio State. Great pass through the middle, and the shot by Eggy goes completely wide of Mann. Loose down behind. He gets pinned against the boards, but manages to fight it off to get it to Lockwood, and then Becker just kind of decides to dodge a hit rather than continue to carry the puck and gives it right back to Ohio State. They've been able to control play over the last 2 or 3 minutes. Michigan looking to get some more offensive chances. Gordy Meyer, the defenseman, carries it into the zone, right into the glove of Strauss-Mann, and he holds on for the whistle. 14:40 remaining in period 3. It's looking like this game could go into overtime, which has happened for a lot of Michigan games, especially in that first half of the season. Happened against Wisconsin, happened against Notre Dame, happened away at Penn State, happened, I think, away at Ohio State. It's been a common theme for this Michigan team. And honestly, I don't think it's something that is very good for them, because at the end, when they lead into a double overtime, which is 3-on-3 play in the Big Ten, or even a triple overtime, which is a shootout, everyone's tired, and Michigan tends to lack that energy, and that loses them the game, or loses them the Big Ten point, which is not at all what they need against this ranked 6th team, Ohio State, the Buckeyes.
Yeah, Michigan has played 30 games on the season entering this weekend, and 8 of them have gone into overtime of some kind. 6 made it to the double OT and are listed officially as ties. They lost in a regular overtime and didn't get anything for it against Minnesota and Penn State. Ties against Wisconsin, MSU, Minnesota, Tech, MSU. Yeah.
the list goes on and on as
long list of ties
as my heart drops a little bit because of just remembering those long games where you thought that they could pull through, but they couldn't.
Lisinski, quick shot right off the face-off. Nice save by
Strausman. So impressive tonight. He's had a bunch of snags. Of course, that wasn't too hard to save as it was right to his bread bowl. But still, nonetheless, a good performance by the freshman starter right now.
You got to wonder if he's starting to earn the trust of Mel Pearson. It'll be very fascinating to see how this game ends and if he gets another start tomorrow night against the Buckeyes. That shot from the point by Tommy Miller went off Raby and over the netting. So for the 3rd straight time, we'll have a face-off to Strausman's right.
Luckily, though, he is good with his left glove hand, being able to snag any top shelf bound shots or even low shots. So I don't think Strausman's too worried about it being on that side.
Van Wy and Hine will do the face-off again, and Hine wins that one. A lot of face-off wins right now for Ohio State, but Raby's quickly to it. He's going to carry around and just needs to get it out of his own zone. Can't quite do so. Girard holds it in. Here's a chance for Ohio State. A shot loose. Rebound. Battle for. They score.
I saw that coming. When you give up a rebound, it is something that's deadly to any goalie that plays college hockey, even NHL hockey. Giving the potential for a rebound, if it's not grabbed by one of the players on your team, then it's almost a guarantee goal on the other team, because that goalie hasn't been able to position themselves after the first shot. It's hard for anyone, and it's unfortunate to see it go down like that for Strausman. But it is still a good hockey game here. I mean, now Ohio State leads by 1. There's lots of time to play. 14 minutes and 16 seconds remaining in the 3rd period. Michigan has to now score a goal to tie it up. 2 goals to win it. We'll have to wait and see what Michigan does.
The goal, I believe, will go to Tanner Lisinski on the rebound. Assist to Freddie Girard. It was the bad giveaway by Dakota Raby, who should have probably just cleared it as soon as he had the opportunities. Michigan's quickly offsides.
Yeah, he fumbled a little bit. I think he fell over his own self, which is unfortunate to see that happens, because it does happen. I mean, it happens to anybody, and he's probably on the bench getting it right now from Pearson or other players or even himself, but it's truly not his fault completely. The Ohio State had been dominating in the Michigan area for a minute.
And now here comes Carson Meyer quickly off the draw, and LaRock takes a shot from the point that goes high and over top the net, bounces off the boards. Hughes picks it up behind, going to have to get back on offense, and now he gives the puck away to Meyer behind and gets it right back. 4-on-3 the other direction, up the wing they come. Warren down deep where LaRock and look like Kearney in the corner as a battle has ensued for the puck. And now a giveaway by Ohio State. Wimborg tried to find Morgan and couldn't connect. Blankenberg skates around with it, holds it at the point, finds Ciccone at the top. He takes a shot that just goes wide of the net. Morgan was in position for a potential rebound, couldn't quite grab it. Blankenberg, great spin move at the blue line. He's looking very confident and leading the rush as his forwards are changing.
Freshman confidence is always rare to see, but it is great to see.
That puck goes high off the boards and out of play. Should be off Ohio State, I think.
I believe so too, but who knows what these refs are going to call, as they get the better view than us up here in the rafters.
It looks like it's going to be indeed off of Ohio State. It will be to Sean Romeo's left. Pastuov. It'll be Nick And Lockwood and Jack Becker, the forwards for Michigan. Boca at the point. And Pastuov couldn't quite win the draw, but it is eventually controlled by the Wolverines. Lockwood gets it over to Boca to Luce, and Becker down behind being harassed by Tommy Miller. Still comes away with the puck. Michigan still got it in the offensive zone, but Ohio State suffocating right now and really bogging down the Wolverines when Michigan has some chances. Miller for Pooley, but too far, and Mann plays it over to Summers and lost the puck, gave it away in his own defensive end. Pastuov takes it away. Back to Summers. He pokes it over to Jack Becker, and just a little out of the reach. Here comes Lockwood down the left side, curling with it, and a great poke check by Ohio State, and they'll start a rush the other direction. Do or die play by Blankenberg. Well done to push it back into the Ohio State end. Michigan's trying to force some giveaways from the Buckeyes and create opportunities, as Ohio State playing dump and chase with the changes still going on. Loose down behind. He gets pushed around. Blankenberg trying to find Lambert now all the way back down. That'll probably be an icing, and it will. So it'll come back into the Michigan end. 11:37 remaining.
Yeah, back in Michigan end, we talked about it before the goal happened for Ohio State, that Strasman's good when the puck is on this right side of him because he's good with his left glove hand side. Unfortunately, what happened with the Ohio State goal was a rebound, which is, again, just crucial for any goalie because it is so deadly and dangerous when you just don't know where that puck is going.
Slaker is sort of able to win the draw. It got tied up in the corner. Lisinski is able to finally dig it free for Ohio State of that big scrum, and now Slaker has re-engaged Ronnie Hine. And eventually it is Blankenberg who gets it over to Luce, who didn't know where it was, and now Luce flips it up into the air. Down at the feet of Eggy, Freddie Gerard, back into his own end. And losing a stick was Jimmy Lambert. And Straussman gives it away with the empty net. And Ohio State not in position to capitalize on that. And now Lambert, a potential 2-on-1 for Michigan the other way. He gets it across, right in, Pastuov, shot! Saved by Romeo. Went up and hit his shoulder. A great feed from Lambert to Pastuov. That was a good chance for Michigan, what they wanted to get more of going down as we approach the final 11 minutes of the game. Wolverines will need at least one more.
Yeah, this game's going by quick. It's going to get only more and more aggressive, especially with the intensity just still occurring because of this close game.
And it'll be an icing on Ohio State, leading to a face-off in the Michigan zone. A great chance for Michael Pastuov, and just couldn't beat Romeo on what was an abridged breakaway opportunity. Good save by the Buckeye netminder, one of the many seniors on this senior-heavy Ohio State squad, a redshirt senior from Cary, North Carolina. Kearney the draw with Van Wy, and Hughes is the one that comes away with it. He goes streaking down the side. Van Wy picks it up, brings it into the offensive zone. Van Wy curls around, wraparound try, loose in front, and Moyle scores!
Oh, nice goal. Didn't look like it was in at first.
Yeah, it was a rebound.
It was a nice rebound. As we stated, rebounds are deadly to goalies, deadly to give up. That's why you cannot give them up. And if you do, you have to position yourself fast, be ready for that shot wherever it's going to come from. It is a tie game here at Yost.
Yep, a wraparound try. Van Wy came down the right wing and tried to wrap it around. Didn't put it in on his initial try. And then Moyle crashed the net hard. He didn't look like it was his first try. So it was Moyle's first whack after the rebound coming from the wraparound by Van Wy. Moyle puts it home. The game tied at 2. 10:30 remaining.
Again, always exciting to see freshmen, both Van Wy and Moyle. Freshman players that are able to do something for this team. And they're so young. They still have such a branch of opportunities to come in the next 3 years.
Well, we've talked about how well Moyle and Raby and Van Wy have played
on that
fourth line.
That fourth line is someone you can actually look back to and rely to, which is not usually what you find in your fourth line. They're usually the boys that just go out on the ice and do the quick give the starters a break, but these guys actually do something.
Chance denied there by Quinn Hughes on the wing, and now there's a huge scrum behind the Michigan net. Nobody is able to dig it free. I don't know where it is. It looks like it was under where Saccone was, and Hughes came over to give him some help and finally end the scrum, and Hughes is able to get it out of his own zone. Luke Morgan harassed and puck taken away as Mason Yops got a hip check, looked like from Nick Pastrov. Sasha Larocque carries it in. Hughes pushes him a bit, and Morgan gives it back to Nick Pastrov, who leaves it for Quinn Hughes. Hughes does the smart thing and just flips it up into the air right onto Lockwood's stick, and Lockwood dangles on in. Great move, and now Larocque just absolutely trucks him. Big hit there by Sasha Larocque, and now here comes Hine.
Still a good move by Lockwood, even though he lost some footing, giving whoever that was on Ohio State the ability to full body check him, pushing him down. It was still a good play and a good puck landing skills by Lockwood. Been impressed with what I've seen this season. Again, him coming off of that injury last year, missing that Frozen Four run is just so depressing for any player, and I can only imagine it. But seeing him be a successful Aztec, one of the leading goal scorers for this 2019-18 team, it's been impressive, and I'm happy for him.
Yeah, we're now in the under 10 media timeout as Mann had frozen the puck on a mini Ohio State chance. 9:24 remaining in period 3. Updating Big Ten scores. Minnesota and Notre Dame still haven't started their game yet. Penn State now blowing out Wisconsin 7-2, so that puts...
Wow, that was a quick changeup from the tie game.
Penn State
Wisconsin
scores a lot
winning.
of goals.
Yeah, and Wisconsin gives up a lot of goals. Although, honestly, after watching Michigan now play every single Big Ten team, because this is the first time Ohio State has been to Yost all year, the most impressive goalie I have seen, but maybe it's just because I called the game, was the Wisconsin Barry goalie. He was, in my opinion, very impressive. Maybe it was just the game that he played against Michigan, because I have only watched Wisconsin play against Notre Dame and Michigan. But I was impressed nonetheless, and it's a competitive league this year. Not as competitive as last year, but honestly, the talent is still evenly matched because it's like everyone got just a little bit worse than last year. I don't know if worse is the appropriate word. Lost some seniorship, lost some seniority, lost some skill.
What happened, I think, as we were about ready for action to resume, is that, Notre Dame lost quite a bit. They're a bit worse. Michigan lost quite a bit.
Ohio
State a bit worse. Ohio State's it's pretty equivalent because they're such a senior-heavy team, and that's why they're going to win the conference in the regular season. But certainly, I mean, Michigan State's a much better team this year, and that's made things competitive. Wisconsin's improved. Minnesota's kind of the same. So it's a very competitive conference out of the face-off. Ohio State's got a chance. Lisinski across, now teeing up a shot, goes wide through the crease. Able to hold it at the point was Gordy Meyer. Lisinski dangling with it. He put Boca on skates there as it goes through the crease. And Tommy Miller pinches up to keep this chance alive. Lisinski down behind the net. Michigan needs to clear it out on Raby's stick. Now it's on Van Wy, and he does poke it out to center ice. A little bit of opportunity there for Ohio State presenting itself. They just couldn't convert on anything. And now big hit by Lambert on Gordy Meyer. Picking it free, pass into the middle for Slaker off his stick. Slaker chases in after, finds Lambert down behind the net. He's pinned quickly, though, against the boards, and now chipped all the way. Oh, no, Blankenberg cuts it off at center ice. He's been very good tonight. Blankenberg's had a very solid game as it's chipped down. Romeo plays it behind the Ohio State net. A backwards pass, and Michigan is able to keep it into the zone. Played deep for Slaker, and it's deflected before then. A rolling,
on it,
rolling puck, and Luce was baffled for a second. He's got it in his own defensive end, plays it smartly off the boards and down into the Ohio State end. It is going to be an icing. 7:49 remaining. It's important to remember that Michigan does get a point if they can get to overtime, and then
which isn't the worst that could happen with today's game, since Michigan does need to build up their standings in the Big Ten if they want to compete for that Frozen Four run. But it would be awesome for the team, the Michigan team, to see a win tonight, just because, I mean, against a team like Ohio State, and a win at home and a win in general at the end of the season would be crucial for them.
Yeah, and Michigan because of some of their issues early in the year in the non-conference, probably going to have to win the Big Ten tournament to get into the NCAA tournament, and that's not unattainable. Michigan's beaten every team in the Big Ten at least once this season.
Yeah, every team, which is not what you saw last year. They lost 4 times to Ohio State.
So it's very doable. It's not going to be easy, but that's why having home ice for some of those games is
it's big.
It's big. Off the draw, Michigan is able to win it, and Pastrov out to center. Lockwood was chasing after it, but wasn't quite able to get his stick on it. Ohio State collects it again. 7:38 remaining in the game. Michigan 2, Ohio State 2. Giveaway. Pastrov takes it, and here comes Michigan in the offensive end. He's going to try to find Becker, and instead it goes to Lockwood on the side. He gets harassed there. An arm was reached around. It sure looked like a potential interference. Becker tries to toe drag to the middle, can't do so, but Sacconi's got it at the point. Nice expert pass to Lockwood, but he couldn't handle it. And now back out to center. Sacconi picks it up, pokes it deep across. Here comes Quinn Hughes skating on in. He's turning on the Jets, but then gets grabbed by an Ohio State defender, and the puck now goes all the way down the other direction. Not sure if that was going to be an icing or not, but Straussman came out to play it. Anyway, here comes Michigan the other direction. Nick Pastrov gets it down low, looking for Warren. Warren waits, leaves it behind himself for Hughes. Hughes cuts to the middle. He's weaving around defenders. He got harassed, thought that there was an interference there, as he was really pursued hard by Mason Jobst, who's being very aggressive.
Very aggressive to any player. It's whoever has the puck, no one in specific.
And here comes Warren back into the offensive end and gets turned around. Ohio State comes out the other direction. Jobst still out onto the ice trying to go around Boca, but a great job by Boca to deny him that shot. Tips it up. Van Wy at the point trying to get it out, couldn't do so. Here's an opportunity for Ohio State. Mason Jobst throws it around to the right wing side and tipped up into the air. Battled for in the corner. Brendan Warren couldn't quite chip it out, and now Dakota Raby grabs it, and he's out to center ice trying to get a breakaway, and he gets tied up by Ohio State. A lot of physicality in this third period.
As expected towards the end of the game when it's such an evenly matched round.
Yeah, but still no penalties, though, in this third period. A lot of penalty action in the second. A lot cleaner in the third. Physical but clean, as it's being called.
Yeah, anyone who gets a penalty right now towards the end of the game honestly might lose this game because that 2 minutes is huge.
Here's a 2-on-2 rush for Michigan. Down the right wing side comes Adam Wimborg. Tries to throw it in front. An opportunity and a shot there, I believe, for Summers.
Summer, yeah.
Yeah, I think it was 6.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, Summers came in and a nice opportunity created there. And with 5:28 remaining, we have a whistle for a face-off coming to Sean Romeo's left. 5:28 to go in this game. Michigan 2, Ohio State 2. Wolverines trying to get a huge win over the Buckeyes at home. Jake Slaker to do the draw with Nick Pastrov to his right and Jimmy Lambert to his left. Slaker does win the draw to Pastrov to the point. Loose gets it across. Blankenberg shot through traffic, goes wide. Pastrov picks it up, harassed along the wing, and now able to get it out is Tanner Lasinski, the product, or the draft pick of the Flyers, comes in, and Michigan collapses on him well and takes the puck away. Slaker trying to lead a 3-on-3 rush, but Pastrov was in over the line early, and we will have an offsides with 5:07 remaining.
Children of Yost seem to be doing a cheer like there's a penalty called, but doesn't look like anyone's heading to the box.
No.
Must have been a mistake on their part, or I wish there was a penalty called.
Waiting for the face-off. It'll be Slaker taking it. Lambert to his right. And, oh boy, the referee just bit the dust. Skating backwards.
It happens to the best of us, but it sure is funny when it does happen.
Yep, and they had to delay the face-off for a second, as it was the back judge who fell over. And face-off won by the Buckeyes. Here they come in those all-scarlet uniforms. Is a good hard check there from Jimmy Lambert on John Witala. At the point, Kearney fanned on it, and now an opportunity for Jimmy Lambert trying to get away, and Kearney really harassing him. Fans wanting an interference call on Brandon Kearney, and the puck just pinballing around. Blankenberg tying up Kearney along the boards just inside the Michigan defensive zone. And now the referee's calling, and it's finally 1 out, but all the way down the ice into the Buckeye end. Both teams will quickly get changes. 4:30 remaining in this one, and goes up high into the air and in, looks like to the stands. 14:53 to go in the third period. Penn State just pouring it on, 8-2 over Wisconsin. Badgers getting bulldozed as we have our final commercial break. Ohio State still has their timeout. Michigan burned theirs early in the second period.
Yeah, it's an intense game here at Yost. 4:30 remaining in the second period. In the third period, excuse me, very nerve-wracking as a Michigan fan. Very nerve-wracking because Ohio State is such a big team, not only in the Big Ten, but in the college hockey rankings as a whole. So to beat a team like this would be very awesome.
It would be big for Michigan all around to try and secure a win against their rival. It's rivalry weekend in a lot of the sports for Michigan, because hockey hosting Ohio State 2 games this weekend, and Michigan basketball hosts MSU on Sunday at the same time that the women's team is in East Lansing.
So playing MSU,
yep. So it's
I'll actually be fundraising during both of those games. So
Pastujov to do the draw with Mason Yops. Shout out women's basketball last night, beating Rutgers, their 7th straight win.
Very impressive towards the end when they were able to dominate Rutgers with a more than 10-point lead, because they lacked that ability to do that the rest of the game.
Yeah, Michigan women's basketball went from not really a tournament team to now playing their way into the NCAA tournament picture. Big Ten tournament coming up for them. Out of the face-off, Michigan's got a potential rush. Sasha Larocque getting very physical to deny Nick Pastujov a chance to go in after the puck, and Pastujov then applies a hard hit on Ohio State. And a giveaway. Lockwood takes the puck away into the corner, plays it from himself, back to himself, to Becker to the middle, who puts a puck through the crease. Very dangerous centering pass. Ohio State allowed. Ciccone down low, looking for Lockwood to Ciccone across. Quinn will take a shot, goes wide of the net, puts it to the side, and then flipped all the way down the ice where Hughes is after it. He curls with it, evading Preston, and Hughes comes right in. He takes a shot right into the body of Sean Romeo. A couple good looks there for the Wolverines, and a face-off coming with 3:33 to go in period number 3.
I'm honestly thinking this game might head into overtime.
It's looking that way.
It is looking that way. Don't want to jinx it for any of the the 2 teams here tonight, but it's looking, again, this whole game has just been so even, so wanted by both teams to win, that it's hard to say that there's a definite winner just by the looks of it. It's all, again, just depends on luck, who's there, who's able to score and positioning, and if someone gets a penalty.
Van Wy to do the draw with Ronnie Hine in the dot. And Raby gets it, takes a shot. Ooh, blocked down in front of the net. Raby to Nolan Moyle. Raby curls around, trying to find an outlet pass, lays it back down for Van Wy, looking for Nolan Moyle. He's going to turn around with it. Raby crosses, goes down low for him, and then pinned in the corner. An opportunity right in front, loose, and he scores! Michigan in front of the net. Nolan Moyle, that 4th line, does it again. That should be Moyle's 2nd goal of the night, his 5th and now 6th of the season.
Awesome.
And Michigan goes up 3-2 with 3:11 remaining.
Again, it's hard to be unbiased here as sports broadcasters. Alex knows we are WCBN is based off of Ann Arbor, so we're always going to cheer for Michigan. And it is just so exciting to see this freshman player score 2 goals in one night, especially being on the 4th line. He's someone to look at. He's saying, hey, I'm here and I'm going to do something for my team to beat Ohio State. Very, very exciting. I know Ohio State looks a little down now, but now this, I think, is going to just motivate them to play a little more aggressive. Looks like the play was under review.
No, what's going on is Ohio State committed a penalty as the play was going on, and so they're going to actually have a penalty coming. Gordy
That
Meyer
is
is
not
sitting
what
in
they
the box.
needed right now.
So not just did they surrender the go-ahead goal, they are now going to be on the penalty kill. I don't know what the call was on Gordy Meyer occurring on Nolan Moyle's goalies. I think that's who's sitting in the box, trying to see the number at a very obstructed angle.
Number 5.
Yeah, that is Gordy Meyer,
Yep.
the junior from Sylvania, Ohio. So Michigan now is on the power play, up 1 goal, 3-2, and that will allow them to kill. You know, in theory, if you don't give up a shorty, that should allow you to kill off 2 of the last 3 minutes of this game. And if you can score
might be
a goal,
Michigan hockey game right here tonight with that penalty called.
Ciccone at the top, and they set up this power play. Hughes waits, gives it back to Ciccone, to Slaker. Ciccone at the top, shot is blocked down low, but Hughes comes in and spins with it. He's got Lockwood in the middle if he wants him, goes across looking for Slaker, but now here's an opportunity. Mason Yops the other way. Michigan's got to get back, and they do a great job to deny Yops. We'll see if Romeo is pulled at any point for Ohio State during this. It would only make it 5-on-5, of course. They may have to wait to pull Romeo until after the penalty is over, which would only leave them about 1:11 to go in the game. The penalty for Meyer is on holding.
I'll never forget when Penn State pulled their goalie with 5 minutes remaining in the third period.
Yeah, that's, some people do that now. Michigan's got an opportunity. Slaker shot high and rising, goes back out to center. Summers is going to corral it. 45 seconds to go in the Michigan power play. 1:52 to go. Wolverines 3, Buckeyes 2. Michigan trying to close out a gargantuan win against the Buckeyes in game 1 of a 2-game series with their rival at Yost Ice Arena. Becker plays it up to Boca at the point. He's got it, goes down low. They go across to Summers at the left point, to Boca at the right. He goes back to Summers at the left. Now down low, more across, looking for Pashkov, I think. And Boca's shot goes off Romeo's pad. 12 seconds remaining in the power play. Boca across to Summers, back to Boca. He's going to go down low, looking for Pashkov. 4 seconds. Ohio State's about to get back to full strength. Boca skates in. Shot, scores!
Oh!
Jimmy Lambert.
Another freshman!
Yep.
Sorry again, just so excited to see this Michigan team coming to the 5 minutes remaining in the third period and just not letting up on Ohio State, scoring a second goal in the matter of, I believe, 2 or 3 minutes, both by freshman players. That is 3 goals to our freshmen. The energy is loud. It is exciting.
And
sorry for Ohio State.
It was a point shot by Nick Boca, but it wasn't a shot. It was a pass to the back door where Jimmy Lambert was waiting, and a one-time, no chance in the world for Sean Romeo as he was shifting from his left to his right, and Lambert banged it home. And with that, Michigan goes up 4-2. Ohio State calls their timeout, just 1:10 left in the game. I don't think that goes down as a power play goal. Technically, the power play had expired 1 second earlier. So it is an even strength goal, but it's essentially a power play goal.
Yeah,
which
it's kind of
Michigan,
hard.
A lot better on the power play tonight.
A lot better on the power play tonight. A lot better in general tonight than their game last Tuesday against Notre Dame. But honestly, as though they haven't had that many games in the second half of the season as they did in the first, they've been more impressive in the second half, which is always better to see a team improve a little bit as they move on throughout the year. Right now, I could see this Michigan team pushing a little bit for that Big Ten to get into the playoffs for that chance at the Frozen Four.
So
that is a cute baby. There is a baby on the big screen. I don't know how that baby isn't wearing headphones for its ears, but nonetheless, it is adorable.
It is a loud one here in Yost. Everybody excited. A 4-2 Michigan lead. They've just got to kill off the last 70 seconds, and they'll close out a win over Ohio State. Van Wy in the face-off dot against Mason Yost. Ohio State, man, they went from up by a goal at about the midway point of the third period now to potentially losing by 2 if they can't find a way to get one back. By the way, the net is already empty. They've just put Romeo on the bench permanently. And so 1 minute remaining as the time ticks down. They're going to set up. Gordy Meyer skating with it. He'll dump it on deep, but Quinn Hughes has got it right away. He flips it up into the air and actually goes into his own bench. So the faceoff will come in the Michigan end. 6-on-5 Ohio State with the goalie pulled. Michigan 4, Ohio State 2, 48.6 remaining.
It's a dangerous position to be in Ohio State's shoes right now with their goalie pulled, losing by one mess up could cause it to be a 3-goal game. It's dangerous.
And it's, you know, it definitely could drip into some momentum for tomorrow's game. These two teams will be back.
It could be really good for Michigan's mentality.
A loose puck in front of the net and a shot there. Ooh, that looked like Quinn Preston taking a whack at it after Lisinski had managed to get it down in front of the net. 42.8 remaining.
If Michigan can win this game, I bet you that Straussman will start in net tomorrow night.
So.
It is unfortunate to see the junior Hayden Levine. He's a junior because he was a sophomore last year. Yep. The junior Hayden Levine, who started last year and led the team to the Frozen Four, beating out Jack LaFontaine, lose his position to a freshman. But of course that happens as it is competitive not only for people playing each other, but for teammates themselves.
Out of the face-off, Ohio State trying to get set up. A shot goes high and over top, and Yost is able to hold it in, but Van Wy battling for him, along with Pastuov right at the blue line, and we're going to get a whistle breaking that up before anything more can happen. They're just going to say the puck was frozen. So the face-off will be to the right of Straussman. And
24 seconds left. It's looking like it might be a Michigan hockey game tonight here in Ann Arbor, which is so exciting for this team. So again, 3 freshmen scoring, very impressive. Good for Moyle. He got 2 goals. Adding just to his points as a whole, that fourth line again has just been nothing but successful.
And before the puck was even dropped, Yost and Pastuov pushing each other. No love lost about the fight earlier in the game, and now they're really whacking at it. Yost just threw a cross check on Pastuov's back. They're going to throw Pastuov out of the faceoff dot. And Ciccone saying something to Van Wy as the chants have started back in the children of Yost. A very nasty game here tonight. And Ohio State is able to win the draw. Lisinski across. Tommy Miller's shot goes through the crease. 20 seconds left. Puck is loose, and Hughes couldn't quite grab it, but Pastuov now is just going to pin it against the boards and create a scrum. 12 seconds remaining. Puck comes free. Ohio State a shot. Quinn Preston, great save by Straussman to get the glove down and freeze it.
This is a Michigan hockey game. 4-2 with 7 seconds left in the third period. Looking like it can fall in the Wolverines' favor for a win over number 6 ranked Ohio State. Nonetheless, this game is definitely going to drop them in their rankings and move Michigan up and have Michigan gain more points in the Big Ten. Overall, if this game ends in Michigan favor, which it looked like it might, it's going to do nothing but good.
So we've got face-off coming. It'll be Pooley against Winborg, 7.8 on the clock. And the draw is tied up. Winborg gets to it, trying to clear it out. Puck still free, 3 seconds, 2. Morgan couldn't quite hold it in. Larock, one last shot, blocked by Boca, and the crowd salutes a Michigan 4, Ohio State 2 win. Wolverines move to 2-1 and some pushing and shoving after the play between Griffin Luce and the captain Sasha Larock as the Wolverines salute themselves. Michigan moves to 2-1 on the year against the Buckeyes. Game number 4 coming up tomorrow night. With that, Michigan moves to 33 points in the Big Ten picture, staying above Penn State. We'll see what happens with Minnesota tonight against Notre Dame.
I bet you Notre Dame pulls that win, but anything is possible. Again, these Big Ten teams are just full of surprises. I bet you Michigan wasn't really, well, I know Michigan wasn't predicted to win against Ohio State, and yet here we are.
Good win for the Michigan Wolverines here tonight, a 4-2 victory. Looking at the box score for this game, it was a first goal scored by Ohio State by Mason Yost at even strength in an odd man rush. Quinn Hughes, a 5-on-3 power play goal with 2 seconds left in the second, put Michigan up 2-1. Tanner Lisinski, an even strength goal, batting home a rebound. Assist to Freddie Girard put Ohio State up 2-1 at 5:44 of the third period. Right around the halfway mark of the third, Nolan Moyle gets an even strength goal to tie it at 2. Moyle gets the game winner with 16:49, or at 16:49 of the third, 3-2 at that point, and Lambert puts home the insurance 4-2 goal, assist to Boca and Summers on that. shots finally in this game were 31 to Ohio State, 25 to Michigan. A pretty evenly matched game, but the Wolverines executed when they needed to. And I think the most important number in this game was 0 power play goals for Ohio State. And Michigan only technically one, but essentially 2.
I was essentially going to say 2, which is not something you commonly see from Michigan because sometimes they just lack that ability to score on a penalty or lack the ability to protect on a power play. It's just, it's tough for anyone, but I'm glad, again, just to see Michigan step up in a lot of ways this game against their rival, Ohio State.
They really did step up. First star of the game to Nolan Moyle, second star to Mason Yopst, and the third and final star to Garrett Van Wy. I think you could very well give a 4th star to Strauss Mann. Very strong effort from the freshman from Connecticut. Any last thoughts on this one?
Honestly, I'm happy Michigan won. The second goal from Quinn Hughes to tie it up, honestly, I think was crucial for the momentum of this Michigan team here tonight. That 2 seconds remaining, and he top shelf, bar down, ignites the puck. That was the biggest highlight, and a very successful performance by Strauss Mann. Overall, I'm content.
Yeah, good win for Michigan, and they will be back at it tomorrow night. It's an even earlier start tomorrow, 6 p.m. against the Buckeyes for Game 2 of the series. I will be here with Charlie Goodwin on the call for that one.
And I'll be in the stands.
Yeah.
Cheering for the children of Yost and probably doing those vulgar cheers against Ohio.
Yep, and also senior night tomorrow night, the last game, regular season of Yost for Saccone, Warren, and Boca. Until then, we leave you with a good night and a Go Blue.